Dear brothers and sisters, you are just listening to the purpose of human life, or spirituality, what it is. It is our most important work which we have neglected so far. Otherwise, the end of this body is just a dust that mixes into the dust. Master tell us the very art of life in this world. They tell you how to detach from the world of attachment. Their purpose is very unique in the world, and that is which is unique nobody knows. Those who solve the mystery of death, they know it. This is the old philosophy. Man came with it. That is innate in us all. It is the life of our life. Our Father, our God power within, the Oversoul within. That is the life of our life. And child is also the life of his father. Both are one. So we are very short-lived in the world. As a bird perches on this tree, so does the life in the body. You know, Kabir says, two hunters, male and female, they live near the bank of the river. In the dark night they separate. They try to each other but they find not. When the sun rises, they are able to see face to face. Master says, the one who doesn't see him daytime and nighttime, what will be his future? This house is considered to be a very wonderful house we live in. But if you tap inside, it is full of fears. It is full of darkness. It is said that when one leaves the body, he even cannot see his foot below. So dark, pitch darkness there. So we are afraid of the two facts. First, we have not learnt how to die. And secondly, we do not know where to go after death. We are not the body. We have to leave it. You will live for many, many years, 100 years. But at last, you have to leave it. We are something in the body. That is what we are. That has to leave the body. Our contact with God power is direct, independent. It is unbreakable, ever resounding and ever fresh. Master come in the world only to revive this very old teaching. They give the practical experience to solve the mystery of death. practical came out of, practical came before, theory came afterward. Master always stress on the practical. An ounce of practical is much better than tons of theories. So, the most important factor or the meaning that we have not done so far is still pending with us. And for that purpose, we must know two things. Who is the God power and what is the meditation? People forget everywhere in the world on two facts. Because to tell about the theory is no problem. One can tell in beautiful way. But to give that experience according to what our master had, it is difficult. It is the work of the God power. So then, who is the master? Who gives it? And what is the meditation? This is two very, very important things, which we will have some heart-to-heart talk. Because if you know these two things, you go everywhere in the world, you cannot be misled. I tell you, you will rise above all those who are so-called master in the world. They cannot talk with you, I tell you. Once you tell them the very higher values of life that exist within you, you ask this contact from them, they will say, no, it is not possible. You have to suffer for such a long time. Other will say, you have to give the head. Other will say, yes, you have to sacrifice this or that way. But the competent master will give you on the very first sitting. He won't say. Once he accepts you, then he will give you something. Once he forgives you, then he doesn't take the account again. There is none in million, maybe one in billion. When those competent masters came in the world, how many came along with him? Many, many came along with him. 100,000 came along with him. Who were those? Master says, directly or indirectly, they are all working for the nectar power. They are the doer of the nectar power. But who is then our master? Our master, who has sustained the whole creation and sustains in the body, and that is our master. That is called Christ power, master power, God power. So, man body is the true expression of the God. That is due to the soul. The soul is the same sense as that of God. So all human beings, their purpose is one. They are wearing the different badges and the color of different religions or colleges. But the subject is one. Subject never changed. This is the outer religion, outer ritual and rites and religions that has created barrier. Otherwise, all human beings are one. But religion also do not tell. But religion tells us to discriminate, what is good, what is bad. All master came with one opinion. Like so many bulbs, our attention is in the light, not on the glass. They are all one. Sometime he came here as Christ. Sometime he came as Guru Nanak. Sometime he came Kabir. Sometime he came Maulana Rumi. They are all one. So our contact is, our purpose is with that very one. So then who is the master? It is said, then when God created wish, he sent this power in the world. You may say Satpurusha, Christ power, and asked him to manifest everywhere. Christ lived before Jesus. Christ is the power that worked all the time. It neither goes nor comes. It always remains. And in the man body it has direct link, unbreakable link, and ever fresh link. And similarly in the whole creation, this expression which you experience, that is only due to the God power. We only see the expression but not the God power that is working behind. That is one problem. So now we are identified into the expression but do not see the God power. While living in this man body, we are identified into the body but not with the power that is in living it. So who is the doer? Doer is the power. And power, you cannot differentiate the power. It is one. Always one, never two. So all competent masters, they all come from one and the same source and go back to the same source. There is no other way, I tell you. Respect your religion, respect outer ritual and rites, but rise above the shackles. Which are those shackles? The man created himself, or something forced upon him. There is no problem. God is love, love is God. And we can overcome everything out of love. It is no problem. When the sun rises, the dewdrops disappear at once. You can see everything in its original condition. Guru Nanak, Kabir, all masters, they told that he is the doer. They came as the borrowed servant of the doer. Nobody so far claimed he is the doer. But there are 100,000 such masters, those who claim themselves as doers. So, this body is the playfield of negative and positive power. Negative and positive power are the impelling forces in the world, and they have their destination fixed. The reality is in the body. It is a prototype of the whole creation. And everything that is built outside, it is a shadow of the reality. So we are not simply the body, physical body. When we leave the body, then we go into the astral body. After astral body, we go into the causal body. And these are the barriers. Master tells us that you have to shatter all those barriers, all coverings. Then you are welcome in the heaven, not before. That is the work of a competent master. He who is commissioned from above, he does this wonderful job. So today we will try to understand then what is the real meditation and how it is given. But before, I must tell you that this astral body is not far from us. The mind in the body is astral mind. It creates wishes for you and fulfill your wishes. And you are happy with it. Its purpose is to keep you engaged all the time. Mind, matter or Maya, this is one and the same thing. Those people who wish to meditate or yearn something, what mind does for them? It cannot transcend above the three planes because it comes from the three planes. He is the king of the three planes, three world. He can take you in the three plane and can make a walk for you. Okay, come on. I am your helper. He will show you beautiful things within. Lot of people, majority of the people throughout the world, they are misled with this. They meditate, or there are 100,000 such masters who only pray miraculous things with the children of God, and rather they are bound with it. They cannot leave them. You know what is in the astral plane? Astral plane is very near to the physical world. These anti-forces or negative power, they will smell your wishes and they will help the underdeveloped soul. Lot of rishis and munis went into this astral plane. And what is in the astral plane? There are hells and heaven. But not that heaven. The heaven of our Father not. It is the astral heaven. Only your good and bad karma will take you there. You can say hell is a place with iron chain and heaven is with golden chain. Both bind the man in the astral plane. They won't let you go anywhere. And it is fully controlled by the negative power. And those who go there in the light, they are caught in the light. You can also be caught in the light over here. It's no problem. Because light without sound is stationary. So rishis and munis, they went and spent their life, but they could not come out of it. They became the skeleton of bones. But what is there? There are miraculous things. It is lying there as flowers on the floor. If you pick it up, then you are learnt more and more there. But even if you look at them, this miraculous thing will attract you. And when you come back, then you have to play with these miraculous things. Black magic, spiritual healing, or nefarious ways which all all so-called masters are doing in the world. Either they were doing hatha yoga, or they were using thousands other ways of other than light and sound principle taught by Christ and other competent master. That will take you to the same track. There is no other way. At the time of death, our soul trends over here. It takes the cross. You have seen dying person. Here is the third eye, and below is the mind, and below is intellect. They are all sitting three together, one after another. But those who only stress over here and they are not learned how to leave the body, they will always transcend into the astral body. And they are caught there. All masters condemn the miraculous powers. What is there in the miraculous power? Could you solve the mystery of death? No. Christ said, you have to die before death. It is another subject. Once you are caught in the spiritual healing, black magic, what will be the result? You have to pay it with compound interest. For a yearning soul who want to go back home, the gift of the nature are not free to him. Take it for granted. He has to pay for it. So, what gift or wishes we fulfill out of these things, out of those powers? Their prices we have to pay. And what is the price for it? The lion goes, takes the cow for grazing. That is the price to be paid. The tiger takes the cow for grazing. Price will be, that will be very high. So that is the condition of our soul. If we are caught in the net of negative power, then we lose the purpose of human life. Who created the hell? Our Father never created the hell for us, not the astral heaven. Man was the first creation of God. And there was nothing. All God and goddesses, they were the servant of the holy body. Whereas now, they have created a barrier for man. Very big barrier for man, for the soul. There was no hell, there was no hell in the beginning. When there was no sin, prison was not there. So who created all these barriers? Man himself. And he can also shatter those barriers. It is no problem for him. The astral experiences are very easy. You think of the devil and he is there. Now people say, we saw the Christ. We saw this angel. We say that one. Here was the eye. We saw it with the open eyes. This is all miraculous. This is not the teaching. If your wishes are fulfilled, it is not the reality. Our approach to God is according to our wishes. If our wishes are fulfilled, we say, yes, God is happy with us. If our wishes are not fulfilled, we say he is not caught. That is one we think. Majnu of lover of Leela was once asked, Majnu, Master God want to see you. He said, well, if he want to see me, he should come in the form of Leela. He doesn't want to see God. He only wants him to see in the form of his beloved. What a nonsense in the world. Dust will mix into the dust. And these miracles And these wishes over fulfilled, what is there? Dust is putting on the dust. What is there? Tell me which is real thing in the world. The reality is within you. That is above everything. You told something about Maya. So this whole expression I told you, it is a matter or expression or Maya. This Maya transcends in all the three worlds. There are delusion, illusions, deception lying everywhere. It is called Maya. Maya in itself is nothing, but yet it is. And what is that Maya? Maya is a name of ignorance. Now everything, the expression which we experience in this world, I told you that there is some power working behind. This expression of the God is Maya. But Maya cannot exist than God. It has to only with God. So we cannot separate the Godhood from the God. It is up to we how we discriminate it. It is said that Maya marries the man. She becomes the wife of the husband. And husband, whole of his life serves day and night. And when the husband dies, she leaves barefooted. That is Maya. Maya is everywhere. And we are constantly living in the Maya. To create wishes upon wishes is only to gather the matter. Christ said, love and everything shall be added unto you. Without wishing, everything is possible. So Maya has engaged everybody in the world. She has engaged the priest in the church, Pai, mullahs and pandit in Gurdwara, mosque and temples, rishis and munis and samadhis, Vedanti and Vedas. This is a whole play field. It has tied the whole creation, and Maya has tied the soul and the body. It is said that the Maya is she-serpent. And those who are bitten, they have to repent. No way out. So those who constantly live in the Maya, they will be eaten up by the Maya. You know what the she-serpent does? She gives birth to the offsprings, then entering it and then take them inside, eats them itself. That is the function of the Maya. It is a Nagni. Maya hui Nagni jagat rahi luptaye. जो उसको सेम दे फिर तेसी को खाए. So Maya, negative power, mind, matter, that is one and the same thing. It is the only expression. It is a shadow in the world. And shadow is only due to you. So far you live in the body, it has the shadow. When you leave it, shadow will also be finished. So this body is only a shadow. But it is a wonderful house. So far we are in the body. So now we come back to the very lovable teaching of the Christ that is innate in the soul. We have forgotten. It is written in the Holy Scriptures, and that is from the man body. But whatever is in the man body, that even does not exist in all the Holy Scripture of the world. So this is why they all told, go tap inside. So the experience of the competent master must become our experience. Otherwise, who can we say that we are the true Christians? So far we are not true to ourselves, how can we true to the Christ power, master power, God power within? Before we touch the teaching of the Christ, we also must know about the competency of our Father. There is no end to his competency, and there is no end to your learning. More you learn, more you will be proud of his competency. And there is no end to the yearning also. More you yearn, more you get, or sooner you get. Because his teaching starts from where? Where the world philosophy and there the religion start. World philosophy ends where? Where you transcend all the barriers. Astral, causal, physical world, they are the expression of that power. You have to rise above the expression. Master ways to take you above the body consciousness. But he has a midway, I tell you. There is a way that leads you to the astral and causal plane and keep you there. But Master has the midway, way of darkness. So it is a big difference that those who only make you to meditate in the astral plane, they will experience you with excessive light. But the teaching of the Christ is learn to die so that you may begin to live. What happens at the time of death? We transcend from the lower extremities, transcending all the chakras. We come at the root of the two eyes. You have seen dying person, there is no more to tell. When it reaches over here, it takes upward trend and then it takes inward trend. Here the seat of the soul. It is the third eye. You shut your eyes, you feel something there. That one feeling is your third eye. You close your sight from outside, still you see something within. That is your third eye. Either you see darkness, it is seen. That is the third eye. From here, we now come into the body. Our attention is going into the body. These are the 5 doors of this body. Eye, ear, nose, mouth and touch below. So our attention is going out. It is called Karmendri. And when we shut it, these open inside. You experience sometime that your eyes are open and you do not see who has passed just by you. Sometimes even your ears are open, but you are not hearing anything. Because this is only a purchase. This is only instrument given to us. The power is working behind. So when this power works outside, it is the outward expression of the soul. But when you shut them, they open inside. That is, this is a perception. Inward expression of the soul. So there are the 10 doors of this temple. Christ said, if you shut the 10 doors of this temple, you can see the heavenly light. Means, when you rise above the plane of senses and the shackles of the mind, only then it is possible. Mind transcends. Second, the barrier is up to the third stage. When the work of intellect and mind ends, our whole body stands still. We come at the seat of the soul. And the work of the master power starts from the darkness. It is very delicate you try to understand. You know, in every particle the sun is shining. And our spirit, our soul is shining on the mind. And mind in the body, I told you, is the astral mind. It gets power from the spirit, from the soul, and then it uses outwardly. So man has the mind-ridden soul, and mind riding on the soul, that takes it into astral or in any causal regions, and then can ask what is this is this, and come back. This is no spirituality. This is the one experience which everybody is doing. Meditations has become a breakfast for all people. It is no meditation. You remain identified. You become the slave of the mind. I am not the mind. I am not the body. I am not the intellect. My mind tells you, look gentlemen, what is going behind. I said, okay, if you have the power, you look at, I don't look at. I need not to move behind. I am the owner of the body. Why should I give power to the mind? Our heritage is stolen by the mind. Like a child, son, who gets all help from the father and misuses it and brings disrespect for the father. That is what the mind does. So we are identified with the mind and the matter, and we are misled in the world. Not in this world, but we are also misled in the astral world. Lot of people are misled in the astral world, I tell you. And you have to die before death. You must have the same experience which happens at the time of death. This is the Christ teaching. There is nothing about any miraculous things. It is a matter of dependency. If you depend upon some forces, you have to remain under their control. Whereas we have direct and independent contact. It is a beautiful contact. What contact? Child belongs to the father and father belongs to the child. Who else is there in between? Nobody. If the child yearns for his father, father will come. It's no problem for him. So yearning is a must. For yearning, satsang is a must. And what is the satsang? Christ told, where more than two sit in my name, there I am. Where nothing is spoken about in favor or against any religion, no politics, no worldly wrangles, nothing about our own problems, only told about the link, about the missing link, the sweet remembrance of that God power within. Christ said, love and everything shall be added unto you. So this man body is a capital given to us, and we have come down in the world. We are the trader in this man body, and we have to make a good bargain just to pay off the debts. That was our purpose. We could not pay off the debts that we owe for whom? First we owe what we got from this world. Then we have to owe much to overcome our problem in astral causal. And then again we have to owe much to our father. The child has forgotten the father, but not the father. Child is in the play. He doesn't remember the mother. He is playing with toys. So Christ tells us, learn to die so that you may get to live. What is there? You have left the physical body and you went into the astral plane. Is Christ there? It is still a body. With the twinkling of an eye, you can reach that place. But what is there? These things are there already, but these things will look more beautiful, more shining, much more shining than these worlds. And what is there? Still you have to detach from there, because you have to detach from the astral body. So the most tedious work with us is to leave the body before death. You must be reborn. So to be reborn, you have to rise from all these four vestures of the physical body, astral and causal body. Christ said, if thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. You know where is the third eye? I told you here is the third eye. Master tell you to come over here. Where? How I can remember the Master? God power within? We cannot. Because our mind is going out. Our intellect is thinking. How we can remember? You have love with somebody. You are taking food. You are talking with other people. You are doing your worldly work as well. But your attention remains there. You are remembering it. As for example, you've been to certain places, beautiful place. You are sitting here and now you start to remember those things. So far you are there, your attention is detached from here. That is called the tongue of thought. Tongue of thought means when the thoughts becomes thoughtless, it is called tongue of thought. It is the tongue of thought. Tongue of thought means you must rise above the plane of senses, intellect and the mind. This is a barrier. Up to the mind we are in the body. So what meditation is, that keeps you in the mind and matter and intellect. मन खड़ा हो, बुद्धि भी स्थिर हो, आत्मा का जाकर तब साक्षात्कार होता है. So Master tell us the midway. Here is the midway. And both sides there is the creations after creations. So many creations. Even some persons, those who are initiated by competent master, instead of going above, they entered into the creation. And they also cut by the negative power. So is the God, God is the word. And from word, there is light and sound. Our way back to God is light and sound. So they say there is bread of life and water of life in you. You have to get it. By taking which you will never feel hungry and your thirst will be quenched forever. But where it is? You have to transcend the body consciousness. So for that purpose, he gives us his word. With this word, you can start, transcend all barriers and come back. No force can undo with it. Even some negative forces, they cannot bar your way. If they try it, they will at once start to burn. The word of the Master comes from the heaven. It is not from the world. No power can stay before it. Without the word of the Master, nobody could transcend above the barriers, because we are fully controlled in the body. You felt sick. You have to bear the consequences, whether it is very painful or not. Otherwise, had you learned it, you could go back. You could, at least you could say, okay, I go out of the body, let it bear itself. But we cannot. We are imprisoned in the body. We cannot do it. So at the time of death, we are forced to leave the body. Master say, first thing, he gives you first-hand experience. You rise you above the body consciousness, and he gives the same experience which happened at the time of death. This is what Christ told. Learn to die so that you may begin to live. You have learned how to leave the body, then where is the problem? Then he would give his word. All people also gave the word. What is the difference between his word and those, if they may use the same word, that will not act? Like there is one wire that is connected with the light. If you touch it, electricity, if you touch it, it will give you the shock. The other one, which is not connected with the electricity, you may take it anywhere. It has no problem for you. So the word of the Master, that resounds everywhere. Negative power cannot stay at all. In Bible it is said, the word is a lamp unto my feet. He shows the way back to God. So master power gives you what? Give you the word. Give you the help. Give you his hand. Just okay, do it. It is your heritage. Our lesson starts from that day. He gave you something. What you have to do? You have to justify yourself in the astral causal and the super causal body. You get free, and then there is the water of life and bread of life with you. Those who surrender to the master power, surrender and devotion, humility, lot of things are there. We have not yet grasped even little of his competency. Everything we must know, and then we should start on this path. Otherwise, masters say, never tread on this path. So far you do not know the competency of your master. So once he gave you the word, you are never reborn. Reborn means in the world. But his word will, when you die before death, it is reborn. Once you are reborn, then why you come in the world? If you die before death, it is reborn. Then you live with it life. Those who do not know how to die, they also do not know how to live. So I tell you, my dear brothers and sisters, there are many people who are now propagating this thing in the world. But our master is the same, one and the same. That is the Christ power, master power, guru power. He is in this, over here. Well, I tell gentlemen, you want to give me experience? I am here. From here you take me above. I don't want to go anywhere else. When you enter into the temple, church, what is there? It is the symbol of the man body. What is there in the symbol? There we go and lit the candle. And then we ring the bell. When you are taken from here above, there is the light. And within the light, this sounds of millions of bells are ringing inside. I am only disclosing one experience to you. And you must forget. This is what is in the church. Church is the symbol of the man body. We go to the temple, mandir. There also we lit the light and then also ring the bell. That is the symbol from inside. And this calling of the bells, what does it mean? Our unbreakable contact. This music of the sphere coming from thy three shoulders and resounds at my forehead. That is the link. You've been to certain village which you never saw throughout your life. There is pitch darkness. You have forgotten the way. It is a village which are very strange and miraculous when we tap inside. Where you go, nobody knows. You will be very attentive to hear. You hear barking of dogs. At once you know that to this direction there is a village, because you know that there is a barking of the dogs. Dog is barking there. Now, if you move to that side, it is pitch darkness. There can be some deep water, you can drown down. There can be snake. There can be lot of desert hazards also. If somebody gives you some lamp also, a candle, torch, now you know the direction and you can go there. The light and sound principle is only to track us on the right path. And the word of the master does it. At once you know that to this direction there is a village, because you know that there is a barking of the dogs. Dog is barking there. Now, if you move to that side, it is pitch darkness. There can be some deep water, you can drown down. There can be snake. There can be lot of desert hazards also. If somebody gives you some lamp also, a candle, torch, now you know the direction and you can go there. The light and sound principle is only to track us on the right path. And the word of the master does it. He will put you on the track. If your attention goes a little wide to the mind and the matter or the intellect, you charge this world and you come back there. Again on the path. At once you remember him, at once you will be on the path. So Master has given us the midway. Midway is the light and sound principle. Lord Krishna, he told a lot of things, but the one very beautiful thing that is in his life, that the son of Devaki was initiated by English Rishi. What he saw there, he saw the light and the music of sphere rhythm. And then he said, Devyani Panth. Devyani Panth means light and sound principle. He said there is only one way back to God, that is light and sound principle. That is taught by Christ, that was taught by Guru Nanak and all other competent masters of the world. This is the only way. Coming down from the mountain, you can split in the world everywhere you like. But to rise above, there is only one way to rise above. To come into the chakra means to come back into the body again and again. To transcend all those chakra means to go back home. Whether it is astral, whether it is causal or physical, it is matter. You take a little piece of earth and put it in the air. It will come down because the source is earth. You take the candle, make it up and down, its flame will always go up because the source is sun. So, time is little more. But to learn this subject, Master needs your attention. Only attention. This is the only work in the world that can be done very easily. For everything else, with attention you have to do something more. You have to put money. You have to put this physical body. But while doing everything in the world, He needs only your attention. Now our attention is only identified into the body, not outside. But masters who come in the world, their attention is identified everywhere. They can materialize and can manifest in a moment anywhere they like. And this is same with the man. If you become the conscious co-worker of the divine plan, then really there is no problem for you. Our spirit, the soul, is the indweller of the heaven. Not in the, it is imprisoned in the body. Our soul is tied in the body, just like the key, kite. It is tied with the string. Balloon is tied with the string. But if it is cut from the string, it will go up at once. The same affects our soul. If it is cut from the mind and matter, at once it will go up. And who does this wonderful job? The word of the master. There is a barrier, very big barrier. No force on the world can undo with it. To destroy physical things, you have the physical fire. But to destroy the astral causal karmas with which we are bound in this body, we need his word. Within a moment, he will destroy all the karmas and take your soul above the body conscious, like a hair from the butter. That is a beautiful job. It is our work. So far we have done the work of the world, but not our work. Everybody has to leave this world. Kings have to leave their palaces. Poor their huts. For him no difference, I tell you. He sees that all are his children, whether they are residing in the hut or in the palaces, whether they are literate or illiterate. It doesn't make any difference. He only takes the heart. He only takes the yearning. He who yearns, he gives the food directly. So for Christ's teaching, we must be true to ourselves. We must know how to live in the world. We should shut our eyes, see within how far you are true to yourself. If really you are true to yourself, then you can be true to your master also, who is within the body. So man making is a must, otherwise meeting the God within the body is not difficult. All masters had one and the same opinion. Self-introspection is a must. Your angle of being is changed, what more you need? You live in the world, but yet you are out of the world. It is only a matter of angle of being. If it is changed, it is good. Saint also come in the world. What is difference between a saint and an ordinary person? A saint meets millions of sinners, but he himself doesn't become sinner. People in the world, they love you only due to your goodness, I tell you. Once this goodness is spoiled, nobody will touch you, I tell you. Master says, if you have some good thing in you, then you use them for other purposes, to help other. If a bad person do not leave their bad habit, then why a good person should leave his good habit? So it is a time to develop, very high time to develop. It is the golden opportunity, it is the golden house, a wonderful house, a wonderful chance. Don't take that it is a body, take it only a time factor. It is a time factor because it is bound with the time. So you can say it is a so much time with you. You have certain time to live in the body and still you are not the body. You take it like this. Time is given to you, and you should make the best use of this time. Okay, thank you all.